friends, happy Friday. Welcome back. How are you? I've been better. I'm not gonna lie. Wasn't for sure if I was going to be able to vlog today at all because went to bed last night with a sinus headache and it lasted through the night and I still have it. Have I taken something for it? No. I probably should, but it's a lot better than it was. So it is another cool day today. Mr. Jerry's gone off to a place that sells specialty wood because he wants to he's going to make the girls a cookbook stand, and he's made them bread boxes last year and a cutting board, and the cutting board was different woods. Like I just keep hearing a noise. The cats are sleeping. I don't think he's here though. And the furnace is on because that's how cold it is. Anyways, I had like Purple Heart and I'm trying to think of all the others that I've never heard of before. Olive wood and different things like that. And it's expensive. It's expensive wood. Well, he found a gentleman that has it, that is in Dowling, which is that way towards Kalamazoo way, Battle Creek way more. And so he went to go see what the guy had. So I finished lunch, and like I said, my head hasn't been the greatest. I probably will, when I get done with this, go take some ibuprofen and go back and sit down, because that's all I've done today. No walking, no keeping track of my steps. Neither one of us slept very well last night. The cats kept waking us up. I think they were cold. Who knows? Nala, she decided that I'm okay to sleep with now. So for the last 2 nights, she gets up, she walks right up, and she just plops right here. She's got to lay my arms out. She's got to lay on my arm, and she will sleep like that for about 15-20 minutes, and then she'll get up and then she'll go someplace else. So, but when she does that every few hours, she comes right in your face, and she's a Siamese, part Siamese, and that Siamese yowl. Oh, and then Simba wanted to be fed about 5:30, so about 5:45, Jerry got up to feed them. He had just put the food down, turned the kitchen light out, just crawled back in bed, and there was a cat that got sick immediately. Well, it was Simba. It wasn't from the food because there wasn't enough time for him to eat. The only thing that we could come up with is, we notice with him, he doesn't relax when he eats. He gobbles it. He just scarfs it right up. And maybe he just scarfed something up too. I mean, it was a soft food, so too fast, but who knows. And so he's been with Mr. Jerry all day long till he left, and then he started crying, and I called him, and he came up on my lap and tried to help me crochet, and now he's on the couch sleeping, and she's up in her perch sleeping. So, but anyways, I have been doing a lot of Christmas crochet. I don't know what's gotten into me, but I really enjoy this. And Miss Janet, I liked your idea that you were making yourself some Christmas ornaments, and I thought, you know what? I make everybody every year ornaments. We never get anything because I don't make it for us. So everything I'm going to show you, I made for us. So yesterday I showed you this little red star. This little red star is going to go with our group because Mr. Jerry likes the traditional colors that I've done so far. So I'm going to do a few more of these, but in the green and the gold, and I think I'm going to do 2 of each, maybe 2 reds, 2 greens, 2 golds, maybe whites. I'm not for sure. But I am just using scrap yarn, and I am just using whatever crochet hook they suggest. But a lot of them just say, you know, match it up to what your thread is. So, but yeah, so I'm going to do some more of those probably after I get this done, because yeah. But then I also did another bell, and I had done a gold one before. So these will probably go with, for the girls in their ornament baskets. And I'll just make us up a bell or 2. I think for ours though, I might do my little doily thread that's a lot thinner and do it that way, but we'll see. And then I've been doing coasters for everybody. So I did coasters for us, but I did Christmas coasters for us. I found a pattern. I will try to link in the description for anybody who likes to crochet and wants to see where I got what I got. But really all you have to do is just Google on YouTube, and none of these are new. These are like at least a year old when they were videotaped, or even longer. So, but there was a gal who did peppermint coasters, and I thought, I'm not going to do those because it's a change of color and I don't know. And well, never say never, because I did do them. So I did 4 of them. So I did 2 of them. So they're going to look like this. They do, whoops, that's the back side. They do tend to cup. And I'm not for sure if they're made to do that, but that's what these do. I mean, you can flatten them. Maybe once you use them and you start use them, it will flatten them. But, so I did 2 of them like that. And then I did 2 in the opposite, because that's what she did. And I did set a mug on them, and I used an eye hook and the Red Heart Saver yarn, and this one is, if I go from center on out, this one's about 5 inches diameter, 5 inches. But this worked up really easy. I mean, it was super simple. There's 3 rounds, and she's very good at showing you how to do this. You can whip these up in no time. I bet you within a half hour you can have this done, or quicker. So I did do that for us. And then I was looking for icicles, and I kept seeing these spiral ones that they're either called spinners or, you know, icicles. And these I made, I think they're going to be too big for the tree. Mr. Jerry doesn't think so. But over my doorways, I like to take regular garland and I swag it so it comes down. And then I always have an ornament on each corner. And I'm thinking that's what I'll do with some of these. So, of course, once I showed him the first one, he goes, "Ooh, I really like those." So I made some more. But these are so easy to do. So they are spinners. They are made so that when someone walks by, the wind will make them do this. Or if you hang them outside, they'll do the same thing. And the thing is that you can make these any size you want just by your thread choice and your hook choice. I've seen them. I'm sure you have too that are super long. But then I did this one. And then I did the opposite to this. So I got this one. And I just finished this one. I like this one. This one reminds me of Santa. So I've got 4. That'd be enough for 2 doors. These 2 kind of go because they got the whites, and then these 2, but it really doesn't matter. Maybe they'd be okay. But I did use an I hook. Did I use an I? No, an H hook. And uncoiled, these are 6.5 inches. So 6.5 inches. And it's only 2 rounds. And it's so simple. I mean, it's 26 stitch, or this one was 30 stitches. I could have done, you know, 20 and it made a smaller one. But I did 30. And then the first row is, she shows you how to do it. And I mean, this was like 5 years ago or something like that. So I did those. And then last night I was looking for garland. I wanted to do some new garland for us. I just like hanging garland. I like the idea, like somebody said when I said about, Jerry said hanging some of these from our windows. Ooh, this would really be nice hanging from the windows too, wouldn't it? About putting those mini lights in them. I thought that was a great idea. That would look really nice. We usually on our windows, when we do the garland, we also have lights that are strung up. So I could strategically place things in front of the lights so that they would kind of, you know, twinkle through. But I came across this one. Everybody kept doing, of course, once you start looking at them, they pop up and they're old, like 5 years, 9 years, 12 years, stuff like that. And I saw one that looked like a garland that was your vintage light bulbs, you know, that go around the trees. The thing with those was they had you stuffing them. And I didn't want to do that. And I come across the gal and they are flat. And the way when you do them, I mean, I did 15 of these last night. So probably within 2 hours time, I had this garland all done. And the way that she has you do it is that you do the bulb part, and then when you go to connect them, you are just doing a chain stitch of, it started out like with 30, grab your first color of bulb, and then you had marked where there's 2 double crochets at the top, and you just put in each stitch 2 double crochets. So it made it look like the top, and then she crocheted 20 stitches and added another color and did the same thing. And so Jerry said, yeah, he would like that. And I said, well, what color? So he picked out green, red, and gold. Well, this is what the color combo. I did it in black for the garland, but these really turned out, it's going to be hard for me to show you, but I just thought this was so cute. Isn't that cute? It really looks like light bulb garland. Now maybe you're just, in our household, we like multicolors, and we also like just the white lights. You could do this all in your white. You could do it all in one solid color. I just think these are so cute. So, got cat hair on it. So you're just doing this bulb part right here, and you're starting out in the center of the magic loop. And as she tells you, there's a lot of stitches in here. It's called, like, you start like with, was it single crochet, half double crochet, and then you have double crochets throughout the whole thing. But it's like There might be, you know, half double crochet, single crochet, half double crochet. But anyways, you go around, and when you do the final one, then in each stitch, she's telling you like 2 single crochets in 1 stitch and 2 half double crochets. Or at the top, it was in 1 stitch, it was double crochet, half double crochet, and then double crochet and half. And she had you take a string and just loop through those 2 double crochets, so when you came back to attach it to do this part, because you have crocheted your chain up to here, you just pull that out, and then you just do your 4 double crochets, and then you just crochet another 20 is what I did, and you just reattach. So anyways, I thought it was so cute. I really like that. Jerry said last night, he goes, wow, he goes, you whipped that up in a hurry. And he even said that he liked it. But I think I like it because I use the black for the cording. Now you could use a super dark color, or if you're doing the lighter ones, you know, you could do blues. Think of your lights at the stores. I'm just putting them all back together here so that they lay better, so the cats don't get them. But I was thinking about that the other day. You could get that pretty blue for all your bulbs, and then the string could be your white. That would be really stunning. Or you could do every bulb a different color. I mean, because it does not take much at all to do these littles. She had done 4 each, and she did red, green, and white, and then it's just like this. So yeah, I think those came out really cute. But it's like she said, it depends on the area that you're going to hang it from, or, oh, Jerry's back, or put it around your tree, because you could measure your area and then see how many inches that is, and give you extra on the end so that if you have to tie it onto something. But anyways, and then I got my November wordy birds today. I have not started any of them. I'm thinking maybe in December, well, maybe January, I'll start January's, because they're not very long, and I'll have a year's worth. But it came with the fabric, which is 16 count. So, and it's by Sweet Wing Studios. It says, eat a plate full and be a grateful. And I know that's backwards. So I will add that on the peg with all the others. But anyways, since he's back, I'm going to go grab some ibuprofen. See if I can kick this headache to the curb. So thanks again, my friends. I hope that you have a great weekend, and I won't be back until Monday, so enjoy your weekend, do the best you can, and thanks for stopping by, and we will chit chat soon. Thanks again.